Hello everyone, and welcome back to Highlander News. My name is Raina Ravel, and thank you for joining us as we start to wrap up week 4 of our fall semester. If this is your first time tuning in, the Highlander team has been working on its digital production since last semester. We cover everything that happens in and around our Regis community. If you would like to stay up to date, you can follow us here on our YouTube channel by subscribing and following our Instagram and Facebook pages, Regis University Highlander. Last but not least, to receive push notifications on recent news developed and released by our staff reporters, you can download the RU Highlander app, available in both GooglePlay and the App Store. To start off in review of what's been happening, last week's Human of Regis was our very own editor-in-chief, Marley Gable. When asked about why she joined the Highlander, Marley says it's mostly because of her passion for student journalism that was fostered throughout her years of high school. She also says she has stayed with our news organization because she witnessed the potential for what the Highlander could become and knew she wanted to be a part of creating a sustainable, student-focused publication. On Saturday, September 15th, with popcorn and candy at the ready, Regis students gathered on the beach on Saturday night to watch one of the summer's biggest films, Wonder Woman. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Wonder Woman was the top-grossing film of the summer at the domestic box office, reaching over $400 million. Residence Life and student activities collaborated to join the students of the Regis community together, while answering one of the fundamental questions one can ask while studying here at Regis: how ought we to live together? With a movie such as Wonder Woman, it's an example of acknowledging all human dignity and worth despite the differences that come between people. By coming together to share in this message, our Regis community can take the examples set in this film and practice them in their everyday lives. If you would like to attend another movie night, our next viewing will be hosted this Saturday, the 23rd, on the beach, featuring Jurassic World, starting at 9 p.m. For more information, please check your weekly student activities newsletter. On Tuesday, September 12th, Reformed neo-Nazi Christian Picciolini spoke to a group of Regis students in the chapel. Picciolini described his life story and how he came to be who he is now. Dan Justin, the director of the Institute on the Common Good here at Regis, states, "We had no idea how pressing these issues would be when this conversation started." Picciolini explained that growing up, he had always been an outsider. He explained that now he recognizes those hateful principles are wrong, but at the time, it was not the ideas that drew him in. It was the sense of belonging that he had never experienced before. The skinheads paid attention to him and trusted him, making him part of their community. Picciolini says we are all continuously searching to fill the potholes in ourselves or our lives, and that potholes are often reasons people turn towards extremism in any form. Picciolini had found a sense of community with the people he had taught others to hate. He had found community with African Americans, immigrants, and people of all religions that treated him with humanity. Through this realization, Picciolini started on the path towards restoration and change. In 2009, he founded Life After Hate, an organization that seeks to offer community to people who are disengaging from their extremist lifestyle. He explained that the first part of his job was to find their potholes and understand why they chose to become part of an extremist group. He offers a variety of services like job support, tattoo removal, and medical assistance. Through connecting lost individuals with these resources, he attempts to fill the holes that led them down a path of hate in the first place. He works to help individuals become more stable, then slowly allowing them to engage those that are different from themselves. Often, extremists have not even interacted with the people they are so hateful towards. Picciolini closed with a challenge to students here at Regis and faculty in attendance: find someone you don't think deserves compassion and respect and give it to them, because often they are the ones that need it the most. The men's Regis rugby team opened up their fall season with a home exhibition match against the University of Colorado Boulder. The team came out in full effect as junior inside center Ian Brown scored the first try of the outing, assisted by junior outside center Timothy Nolan. Senior prop Cameron Amador scored 2 tries for the Rangers and ignited his squad for another try later on in the match by Charlie Sabin. The Rangers finished off their match against CU Boulder with a 24-5 victory, and it looked like no time had been lost from their successful 2016-2017 season. They have their first official match in early October against the University of New Mexico Highlands at home and are preparing to start their 2017-2018 season stronger than ever. On Wednesday, September 13th, Jim Clark, the regional director of the Central Region for the Associated Press, spoke to Regis students in Loyola Hall about responsibly consuming news and, more specifically, how to identify fake news stories we are becoming all the more used to encountering. The inception of fake news can be traced back to the FCC's repeal of the Fairness Doctrine in 1987. This was a doctrine that forced broadcasters to give equal airtime to both liberal and conservative viewpoints. The repeal led to the beginning of the partisan news, which led to the existence of confirmation bias. This is essentially the idea that if you see something you don't like or agree with, then you refuse to believe it. This makes great breeding grounds for fake news, which, as stated earlier, relies on putting forth stories that reflect the ideology of a certain group. In a telephone interview on September 17th, when asked exactly when fake news became so prevalent, Mr. Clark states that it was a result of a Russian intelligence gathering in between 2015 and 2016. They would exaggerate news on both the left and the right to cause greater political division and confuse people in the middle. Mr. Clark also commented during the presentation, "The Russians have learned how to play us like a fiddle." This is one of the main factors contributing to the increasing prevalence of fake news, but the best way to avoid fake news is to know what real news looks like. To read more on how to identify fake news in our media today, please visit our website at ruhighlander.org. That's it for this week, Rangers. Make sure to check back in with us next week for more updates on what is happening on our campus.